10. Time traveler discovers mysterious sea creature. TikTokers are sometimes known to make outlandish claims in an attempt to gain followers and achieve influencer status. In 2022, news reports highlighted the far-fetched stories of a TikToker going by the username @TimeTravelExplorer, who claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2198. The clout-chasing social media user said that a strange deep-sea creature would be discovered sometimes within the next 2 decades. Deep-sea discoveries are being made all the time, so there's nothing truly remarkable about the person's claims. In a video documenting a list of predictions, the user made the very generic claim that in 2044, humankind will finally discover the ocean deeper. 3 years later, people will discover that a mythical creature really exists, and in 2054, another such species will be discovered. The TikToker further asserted that humans will exterminate the creature that same year. Many of those who chose to expend their time and energy commenting on the post accused the TikToker of messing with the time-space continuum. Some argued against the person's claims, stating that the predictions won't really come true. Others accused the self-proclaimed time warper of trying to get attention, which begs the question of why they were willingly feeding into the person's desire to be in the spotlight when they seemed to think they didn't deserve any airplay. A few viewers seemed fascinated by the predictions, commenting on how the person's alleged foresight is amazing. But for the most part, people expressed their doubts, including one person who wondered why the government hasn't told the world about this person's amazing capabilities if they're telling the truth. Do you think time travel is possible? And that the Earth might be home to visitors from the future? Let us know in the comments below, but be sure to subscribe first. 9. Secret apartment. In 2021, a New York City-based TikToker named Samantha Hartso shared chilling footage showing her discovery of an entire secret apartment behind her bathroom mirror. At the time, the 26-year-old was sharing a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 roommates on Roosevelt Island, which sits in the East River between Manhattan and Queens. After returning home from a weekend hiking trip, Hartso noticed that her bathroom was colder than the rest of her apartment. In a 4-part video series posted on TikTok, she mentioned how she couldn't get the room to warm up, no matter how high she turned up her heat. Hartso realized that the draft was coming in from behind the mirror and recruited 2 friends to help her investigate. The trio were shocked to find a large empty space behind the mirror when they removed it from the wall. In the 3rd installment of the series, Hartso climbed through the hole and found an empty 3-bedroom apartment. It was filled with garbage, but it was impossible to tell how recently someone was last there. The apartment's windows were open, which explained the cold draft that was seeping into Hartso's home. Hartso contacted her building's management about the discovery, and even they were reportedly perplexed to learn about the hidden unit. In a city where apartments are sometimes rented out within hours of hitting the market, it's probably safe to assume that the space has been put to use. 8. A neighborhood filled with hidden speakers. Going by the handle @CursedHome, a TikToker named Casey shocked the internet in April 2021 when he posted footage that appeared to show hidden speakers throughout his neighborhood. In the clip, he mentioned that he had just moved into the newly built subdivision when he noticed what sounded like chirping birds on repeat. It prompted him to take a closer look around the neighborhood, leading to the alleged discovery of speakers in various places. The video appeared to show speakers hidden in plants and piles of rocks along the street. While many social media users were quick to accuse Casey of faking the footage, others were alarmed. One commenter expressed their doubts by questioning whether someone goes around charging the batteries in the hidden speakers. Real or not, Casey's video went viral, racking up millions of views in a matter of days. 7. Abandoned McMansions. In early 2021, a TikToker going by the username @CarrieJernigan1 shared footage of an abandoned town of so-called McMansions in Branson, Missouri. Known as the Indian Ridge Resort, the deserted settlement is located near Table Rock Lake, a popular tourist destination in the scenic Ozarks. Plans for the subdivision included condos, vacation homes, and a resort containing shops, the world's second-largest water park, a golf course, and a 400-room hotel. Construction on the $1.5 billion development began in 2006. But the building ground to a halt with the onset of the global recession that gripped the globe in 2008. The Indian Ridge Resort was left unfinished. In addition to the economic difficulties brought on by the recession, its developers ran into legal problems that prevented construction from resuming. Several of the partially built luxury homes have been torn down, but many still stand. After the derelict neighborhood went viral on TikTok, the local sheriff issued a stern warning against trespassing to dissuade explorers from trespassing onto the property. 6. Terrifyingly turbulent seas. Located between South America's Cape Horn and Antarctica's South Shetland Islands, the Drake Passage is home to some of the world's most turbulent waters. With no landmasses to resist the currents, it's a regular occurrence for waves to reach 40 feet in height across the 600-mile stretch of ocean. In 2023, a TikToker named Natasha, who goes by the username @TheWorldPursuit, shared footage of her journey through the Drake Passage. Viewers were shocked to see walls of water splashing against the door of her stateroom. Travelers who are lucky encounter the waters when they're calm, known as the Drake Lake. Those who are less fortunate experience the waterway's infamous turbulence, known as the Drake Shake. In her video, Natasha remarked on how she got the so-called Drake Shake both on her way to and from Antarctica. She also showed how she and other passengers were bracing themselves against various fixtures throughout their cruise ship to avoid falling. And to prevent seasickness, she took Dramamine. Traversing the rough waters took twice as long as it would have in calm seas. Describing her experience as the most unproductive day of her life, Natasha said that she spent most of the day laying in bed and watching TV after mustering up the motivation to get some breakfast. She eventually managed to come up with the strength to attend some discussions and lectures hosted by the ship's expert guides. Commenters were seemingly horrified by the thought of surviving more than a day and a half at sea in such dramatic conditions. Do you feel the same way, or would you be brave enough to take a cruise through the Drake Passage? Let us know in the comments below, but be sure to subscribe first. 5. Hidden hallways. In a series of videos that appeared on TikTok in August of 2020, a social media user named Kat Daly revealed a series of hidden hallways that she discovered inside an old house she was staying at. One of the clips revealed a closet door that doubled as an entrance to a concealed wing of the home, containing its own kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. In another segment, Daly entered an upstairs bedroom and went into a closet. Once again, it led to a dark and narrow hallway. In this case, the space led to a next-door bedroom. Daly posted a third installment showing yet another hallway hidden behind a closet door, this time leading to a creepy space filled with sleeping bags and other items. Several of the sleeping bags appeared to be laid out on the floor, while others were rolled up into a pile on the far end of the secretive space. Unfortunately, it's unclear what these spaces were used for or where the house in question is located. 4. Concealed staircase. TikToker Julia Henning, who goes by the handle @IamJuliaHenning, is an entrepreneur and voiceover artist who lives in the Los Angeles area. In 2023, she posted footage of a hidden staircase she discovered in her home after living there for 3 years. Henning explained that she was cleaning her closet when she noticed a door built into the floor. She opened it to reveal a spiral wooden staircase. In a second video, the young woman demonstrated that the staircase was unstable by walking down a few steps. She further commented on how she's not a vlogger by trade and that she would prefer to have a professional explore wherever the staircase leads to. In her third and fourth videos, Henning explains how she invited a medium to investigate, and the footage shows the medium climbing down the staircase. But she refused to go any further after the first few steps, commenting on how she didn't feel comfortable. The medium further remarked on how she felt a strange presence in the home. Henning eventually decided to muster up the courage to enter the space on her own. Footage showed what appeared to be a cement wine cellar with the names Joe and John on the wall in faded writing. Further installments showed paperwork from a termite exterminator, dated to 1993, as well as a collection of random trinkets. The series quickly racked up 14 million views. 3. Secret Well. In 2023, a TikToking couple going by the handle @Victoria House in the Hills began documenting their renovation of an old Victorian house in England's Malvern Hills. Just a few weeks after closing on the house, Emma Harrison and her partner, Reese Stainer, made a shocking discovery beneath the kitchen floor. Speaking with Newsweek, the couple explained that they began renovations immediately after buying the house. In the middle of the kitchen, they found a well that they described as being in amazing condition. While the well's history is unclear, the house itself dates back to 1897. It originally functioned as both a home and a shop. Harrison and Stainer admitted that the well is creepy, but they weren't put off by the discovery. In fact, they said that they hope to somehow showcase it and to give it the attention it deserves. Furthermore, it was the house's quirky features that attracted the couple to it in the first place. They plan to spend over $124,000 renovating the aging property. 2. Abandoned shopping mall. While staying at an Airbnb vacation rental property inside the Hollywood Beach Hotel in South Florida in 2021, a young woman named Claire Shulin shared footage of what appeared to be an abandoned shopping mall on a lower level of the building. Shortly after Claire's video appeared on social media, another TikToker going by the handle @WhomJosh shared footage from the same building, which he described as by far the sketchiest building I've ever been in. In a follow-up video, Josh explained that only a few staircases lead down into the abandoned area, while others simply lead to locked doors. He described the hidden space as silent and eerie. Claire also followed up on her initial video with footage of her exploring the mall with some friends. The videos showed empty storefronts, dusty furniture, an area that used to function as a food court, and other fixtures of the average American shopping mall, minus any merchandise, employees, or shoppers. The abandoned shopping center spans 2 floors. According to one Airbnb listing for a unit inside the building, the mall was built in 1925. Rumors claim that Al Capone once lived there, and during World War II, it reportedly functioned as a hospital. The historic rundown property has a reputation for being haunted, and it's one of a few abandoned places that appear to be open for exploration for those who rent a room there. 1. Deserted apartment complex. In 2021, an Atlanta-based TikToker named Cody began documenting a series of weird discoveries he made over time throughout his apartment building. The series of videos started with him noticing that some restaurant menus that were placed in people's doors had gone untouched for at least 3 days, suggesting that nobody had come or gone from the units. Cody further commented on how he had been told that the building was full, but that he rarely saw anyone else in it. The footage showed him running past every unit on his floor, showing that nobody else had retrieved the menu that had been left in their door days earlier. Even more strangely, the parking garage appeared to show more cars than the number of people that seemed to be living in the building. Some of the cars were literally covered in dust, and when the TikToker zoomed in on one of the windshields, it showed an inspection tag that had expired in 2009, 14 years earlier. 2 days after posting his video, Cody posted an update showing that the restaurant menus were still in at least half of the doors, 5 days after they had been delivered. Another clip showed that in addition to the menus, letters that had been delivered to the units sat outside some of the apartment's doors for days. Cody was further confused by the fact that he claims to live in a high-demand area with nice housing, rather than a place with a struggling market. Not to mention, the landlord's website claimed that only 4 units in the entire building were available, when it was clear that around half the units on his floor alone were unoccupied. It's possible that some of the apartments function as second homes for their owners or renters, but that's the closest anyone has come to a reasonable explanation for the strangely empty building. The COVID-19 pandemic and the lack of travel that came with it could have certainly compounded the absences of some renters and owners, but it still doesn't explain the dusty cars and the outdated tags. And it's hard to shake the notion that something really strange is going on in the building. Thanks for watching. What's the scariest thing you ever saw on TikTok? Tell us in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button while you're at it.